Hey VT, we're still just kind of playing around with this Adobe Illustrator. Last time I talked about making shapes, filling them with color, and adjusting the stroke or the color that goes around the shapes. Um, so now that we have a few shapes drawn, objects rather, let's take a look at like how those shapes can be controlled and stacked differently and things like that. So first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look and see how this works as far as similar to Photoshop and how it uses layers. Illustrator does have layers, but we're only working on one layer so far. But even on this one layer, we have an arrangement in space, basically. So like this shape is on top of this shape. Therefore, like when I move it on top, it is in front of, and it's covering up the shape that's behind it. So there is sort of like this arrangement going on. There is an easy way to adjust the way things are arranged on an individual layer. There's a couple different ways to do that. One of the easiest ways that I find students enjoy is right-clicking on a shape after you select it and going to this arrange option, so you can say send it to the back where it goes behind everything, or that you can go to arrange and bring it to the front, or you can go one step at a time, arrange, bring forward, or send backward, send backward, send backward. You'll notice that there are key commands to this. I use them a lot. Hitting Control bracket is a nice way to step things forward or step things back. So Control bracket, right bracket, Control right bracket will bring forward, and left bracket will send backwards. There it goes. So sending it backwards and bringing it forward is a nice way to be able. There's also the inside of object. There's the second option, which is arrange, and that's the same as right-clicking on it and going to arrange. All right, so that's nice to be able to move things in front of or behind. We can stack shapes on top of each other to create the illusion and make some different things. So if I bring that back to the front, if I go to arrange, bring to front, it comes on top of the other one. I wanted to show you guys something that's kind of interesting. Being able to select multiple objects is oftentimes something that I need to do. To select multiple objects or multiple shapes at the same time, you click and drag to create a selection box. That will select everything that's inside that selection box. Or if you hold down the Shift button, you can select multiple things one at a time. So if I wanted to select this and then this, it keeps, as I hold down Shift, it keeps, every time I click on a new shape, it adds to the selection, so I can select everything at the same time. If I wanted to just select these two items here, something really cool happens in the control panel at the top of your screen that allows you to it allows you to align shapes or align objects. And so there's these different sort of icons up here. This one looks like a skewer. It's called horizontal align center, and that's going to make sure everything is centered, like it's on a barbecue skewer or something like that. And I do that again, and it can go. It will center things both directions so that you know that your shape is directly centered inside of this one. It also allows you to do things like if you wanted to create a column where things are kind of lined up by their left, so left justified or right justified or centered. So it allows you to do that, and then it also, if we had multiple objects, right? There's another cool thing that this allows us to do too. Is if I select all of these objects, it also allows us to not only left or right justify or center, but allows us, when you have more than two things selected like this, it allows us to adjust the spaces, the distribution. It allows us to adjust and make those spaces even. So each one of these pieces now is spaced exactly how we want it. Oftentimes what I'll do when I make something, once I have it the way I want it, I'll group it so that I don't have to select all the things one at a time anymore to move the whole thing. So I'll select all those pieces that I want to be grouped together. I'll right click and I'll go to group. The same options can be found again in object, and the key command for grouping is Control G. So once those things are grouped, Then when I select one of them, they all get selected and I can move it as one giant piece. It's easy to make things smaller or bigger. Just grab it from the corner. I prefer to hold down Shift a majority of the time to keep things from getting warped. So I stretch from the corner or shrink from the corner, holding down Shift the entire time so that I can adjust sizes and I don't have to warp things and make them look weird. I hope this video helps. Have fun with Adobe Illustrator.